Hello, hello, hello. This is your message from the universe for 10/23/2020. This is the rune Ingus. Ingus is the rune for fertility, for new beginnings, and it really speaks about that space in our journey when we have made our epiphanies, we are facing our fears, and we are ready to step out into the first thing. Now, this doesn't mean finishing the entire project right away with no mistakes. It really means taking that first step and finishing the first step, completing that space in your journey where you are now committed, because it's almost like the first set of steps is really committing you to this new path. And it speaks about this reading, it speaks about our battles with ourselves and learning to cooperate with ourselves and with others for some of you, but really with this double star reversed, it's really speaking about that battle within that inner narrative that we were speaking about yesterday. And I want to point something out to you before we go any further. If we take a look at this, you can literally see this symbol in this card, right? Right here at the crisscross of the Five of Wands, talking about overcoming that and working together. And I really feel like that is the new beginning, is when you are able to cooperate with your other side or cooperate with those people who are triggering you, because it really gives you that space to use your vulnerabilities as your strengths. Remember, we discussed that a day or two ago about how these pointers, these clues that we have to those spaces in us that are unhealed, when we know about them, we can use them for our benefit and we can use them to propel ourselves forward. And that's what this King of Cups and the Star are both talking about. This is talking about that mastery over your emotions, that maturity of recognizing when something is about the other person or when something is about you, when you are overreacting, or recognizing when someone else is, and having the grace and empathy to allow them that moment and kind of step back and not take it personally. And the Star's talking about having the inner stability, strength, and love for yourself to be able to do that. Because to have someone attack you verbally and not respond takes a huge amount of inner fortitude, takes a huge amount of inner confidence, of inner knowing, and of love of self and of love of the other person, understanding that they are human too, and that what they are going through, it may be spilling out onto you, but it's not really because of you. And just like yesterday, this bottom row is kind of like a cautionary tale. It's kind of like, yes, this is all wonderful, but keep your eye on these things. That star reversed. I love it when we get the cards upright and reversed, because it's really just talking about focusing on those spaces where you're still having some problems with your confidence, where you're still having some problems with your worthiness, with feeling like you are worthy of this newfound, success and understanding and maturity, recognizing that that is a part of you. It may feel very foreign, but recognizing that and integrating it into yourself. We have this Sun reversed, which the Sun is always a good card. It's always a good card. When it's reversed, it's reminding you that whenever you go through the lows, they're temporary. They're temporary. Your lows are temporary. You are not going to be in this low space forever. Things will change and shift as you change and shift, as you change and shift. We have this Eight of Wands reversed again, talking about recognizing your own inflexibility and your own resistance to change. If you can change and shift in a situation, then that Sun comes back out. So it's just reminding you that these are the spaces where we might find ourselves tripped up. But this reading is so beautiful because it really shows a journey. It really shows the next step in where we're going and what we're doing, and really embracing this change from within, because that is the most important thing that we can do, is change ourselves as we move through this world. When we change from within, our actions change, our energy changes, and that in turn changes the people around us. We can't make anyone else change. You can't tell people what to do or how to treat you, but you can change yourself on this journey. And then that forces other people to change how they treat you. And if they don't change, then they tend to fall off because you are no longer the same. So you no longer react to them in that way. That's that King of Cups, emotional maturity, that king energy there. And being protected with these angel wings, even though you can see his one little tear, that even though that can be incredibly sad to allow people to step off because we no longer respond in the same way, but it's necessary sometimes. See, my kitty agrees with me. You are beloved. You matter. You are so very loved.